Today I'm trying to get a stuck CV joint off of my transmission or differential. It's a 2000 Volvo V70 non-turbo, front wheel drive only, and the passenger side came apart just fine. I had no trouble with anything else, like the control arms both came off very easily. Things were going real smoothly, but I cannot get the CV spline, the CV joint spline out of the differential, and it is really stuck. So I came up with a solution that I didn't know existed till I started Googling and eBay, looking on eBay for parts, and let's hope it works. I'll show it to you. Maybe it'll help somebody else out there. Here's what I have going on so far. Let's see if you can see it inside there. Basically, I've taken the axle off, and now it's just this cup. It's still stuck in, and I've got to find a way to pull it out. I've tried trying with lots of different kinds of pry bars. I've been tapping it, not too hard, but tapping it, trying to loosen it up with a hammer, just to kind of, you know, anything that I could do. But I've pried it a lot from all different angles. I've rotated it and pried it. I've tried prying on both sides. So this morning I'm going to try a slide hammer. I was able to find that the slide hammer was I did a lot of looking around, and I thought, you know, my vice grips are the only thing I can get to clamp on this thing. I wish I had a good way to pull with the vice grips. I was thinking maybe I could weld something to it, and it turns out that there is a piece, and there's somebody out there making a slide hammer that's attached to a vice grip. So with a little more research, I found out of something that maybe a lot of us don't know about. This piece comes in a lot of, not all, but it comes in some of the slide hammers. And I got a slide hammer. I picked this one up. Picked this up at Harbor Freight yesterday. It actually had the part in it. I thought I was going to have to order it from eBay. The part is about, one piece is about 26 bucks if you get it on eBay. I got this whole set with the 20% off discount. It was, yeah, right around 50 bucks. Not bad. This is the piece you need. What it does is it threads onto the end of the slide hammer, but it also is that little special screw that you need for Irwin, and it's specific to the Irwin threading. I've tried it in the Harbor Freight tools, clamp, vice grip, whatever they want to call it. It doesn't fit. There may be some reason they have to change it for patents or whatever, but this thread is for the Irwin vice grip, and it's the 10-inch size. And I got one of these. This one said it had 3 times the grip of the old style, so I figured more grip, mo better. Well, all you do, unscrew the sucker. Now I did notice that Stanley or somebody has another tool similar that has a loop right here, and I was thinking maybe I could use that, just hook a loop to the slide hammer, you know, one of the hook to it. But this seems to be a little cleaner. All you do is you replace the screw. And thread it in. Once you thread it in, it behaves the same way as it did before, except you have a way to access and connect to your slide hammer directly and clamp on. It seemed like a pretty clean method to try, and I'll show you what it's going to look like. So we have a 5-pound slide, goes into this little, the bar, and this slides on here. Well, actually, thread's on. Thread it all the way on. You want every single thread to pull. Because I'd like to be able to use this thing again sometime, not just this one job. So now I've got freaking heavy duty clamp with 5 pounds I can slide and hammer. Let's try it. Now I haven't tried anything this morning. It's actually kind of cold. Alright. I'm about to replace my brake lines anyway, so I'm not too worried about stressing them. I've got some nice braided ones. This is a really annoying problem. Seems like it should be easier to find a way. I've seen quite a few people on YouTube that had this problem. Another guy on here on YouTube had found a hook, or it looked like a crow's foot, like a crowfoot ratchet adapter, but I couldn't find that anywhere, so this was my option. Okay, let's give it a pull. Alright, that's sliding right off. And another thing I might do is weld like just a lip on this cup so that the vice grip does not actually slip. It'll pull it to the welded part and then slip. Can't tell you how tight I'm doing this thing. I mean, it's really tight. Not right there, but now I did want to. I looked around. I couldn't find another pair of pliers that have a bigger, more of a flat, with more teeth touching, which would have been more ideal. I wanted the strong ones. I think the ones that are more like a needle nose, probably. I may try a needle nose one, but I wasn't sure if it would flex more with that, the way that jaw works. Let's see, feel it? Nothing. I think what I'm going to have to do is, because it's pulling material away, I think I'm going to have to just weld a little ridge in there. I've got a cheap little 110 welder, either that or I might try and, I don't think I can drill through it without having to pull it out and put it on a press or something, and obviously I can't do that. mustard is still in there. Alright, so decided to go ahead and just see if I can weld a little piece on here. Not much. Now let's just see what happens when I pull that. Okay. And there it goes. Hope you got actually see that. So that's one way to do it. Whew! Cost me some tools, but unfortunately I stopped trying the other way before I messed something up bad, like break the casing on the differential. Sometimes you just step away from it and try a different approach. That's what I did. Gave it a day, and see in there. So there you go. Hope that helps somebody out there. I had the camera at a bad angle. I should have fixed it right before I pulled it. But one thing that I did notice when this thing came out, again, there was so much rust on this. A cloud of rust came out with it. It looks like it stays dry all the time, so I'm not sure. I may put something on it, on the new one I put in, even if it's just maybe a little PB blast. This car's got 230,000 miles on it. And I don't believe this has ever been replaced. It's actually the Volvo axle. So that would be why it's stuck so bad. Anyway, it's a common problem. Man, this sucker's heavy, but if I had not have welded this, let's see how hot it is still. You can see, I mean, it's an ugly weld, but I don't care. All I needed was a lip, just a tiny lip for this vice grip. Now I'm going to thread it off of this thing. Now it's like I said, this is a 5-pound hammer, slide hammer. So this tool is still perfectly good. With the Irwin. Must be an Irwin. Here, let me put this hood back down. Let's stand up. My knees are a little old. I'll just, at this point, I'll just thread this out, put the original Irwin screw back in it, and I'll have my regular vice grips that I can use. They're not really damaged at all. Maybe the teeth are a little flattened. Not too bad. All right, so again, this worked fine with the puller, except the cup is hardened, and this is the jaws actually slip on the cup. So my trick, after all this was said and done, was to take the welder. I welded a small bump right here. When I did that, it gave vice grip. There it is. So it's a lip to pull on so it wouldn't keep sliding out, and that made all the difference in the world, because I didn't have to reset the vice grip even one time. After that, it just kept pulling until it pulled the cup or the splines right out of the differential.